Welcome to Stocks and Screens, where we talk about investing, trading, TV, movies, and video games.
What's going on, stock traders? It's What the Duck here from Pennybois Stock Alerts, and I'm actually here with one of our Pennybois members, a longtime member, a Pennybois University Alumni. I'm here with Gneo. How's it going, Gneo?
It's going great. How are you today?
Good, very good. I know that you've been with Pennybois for a while now. A couple questions I wanted to ask you. How long have you been in the stock market? How long have you been trading?
Well, I started out trading crypto probably a year and a half, 2 years ago. I did that, never got really successful at it, trying to buy a coin that doesn't really exist. You buy something, you want to be able to hold it. So after a while, I dabbled in it, made a little bit. My wife was trading stocks, and she was actually the one that joined you guys first. My wife got into you, and she found you guys on Facebook, if I'm not mistaken, and she followed you guys, and she would listen to Quench. Quench was her guy. She would get up, if she woke up at 4 a.m, she would be on there checking Quench's alerts, and she'd go back to sleep, and if she woke up again, she'd be right on her phone, and I'd wake up and go, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I'm trading my stocks. Leave me alone." So anyways, after a while, she was making pretty good trades, and she had her account was growing, and she goes, "You need to get into stocks. How much money are you going to give me to get into it?" Even though I make the money, she keeps the money.
Right.
And she said, "Well, just open it for a little bit." She got me involved, and she had me following you guys. And I knew how to trade a little bit because of the Bitcoin and the other, but I knew nothing of trading here. It wasn't long after that you guys came up with the Pennybois University thing. So I was trying to trade, and I did the same things that the stupid people do when they're new.
Not stupid. just new.
No, because I knew nothing. I shouldn't have been doing it. So I was putting in 40-50% of my account, and I went in one traded 50% of my account, bought another one at about 20-25%. And I was done. My account was, "Babe, I need more money." That was over about a month where I had gone in, got out of certain things, went into another trade, and feeding off of my wife, who was feeding off of Quench. My wife would tell me, "Quench said to buy this today." So I would buy it. That would be the ones I would profit on. Then you guys started Pennybois University, and it was like, I got to do this. We didn't have the money right then for me. Our premium ran out, and I didn't have the money to get into it right away. And then you guys, I was in the free side, and I was always asking you questions.
I remember that. I remember, yeah, you were free, but I remember but he was in Pennybois University. And I was like, oh, yeah, what happened? Yeah, and I remember that.
And finally, I got I got caught up on some things that I had gotten behind on, and I bought a 3-month subscription.
Right.
So I could go to Pennybois University. That's when my eyes opened. You helped me mostly when I was a rookie, a newbie.
We're all rookies. This is a big game.
I got into Pennybois, and it was just a total eye opener. You started out, and I was like, oh my goodness, he's starting out with the basics, and this is going to be so boring.
I knew people would say that too.
Second class hit, and you hit on some points that made me start thinking. And then, the third class was on even more points that were starting to make sense to me. And I'm like, if I'm doing FOMO, I'm in trouble, and I do FOMO. FOMO is my friend right now.
Friend of me.
Because I would put money in, and it would start going down, and I would go, "No, I got to buy more of it. It's cheaper now." As time progressed through Pennybois University, every class that you put out built upon the one that was previous and the other classes before that. That's when I started realizing, hey, stop. If I traded, it was because of my profit. I made profit on something, and I would cash it in, but I wouldn't buy new unless it was real cheap, because, oh, you got to get this. This is a steal. Here's a good play. This one is, but you got to watch it. And, I started paying attention a little more to what was said. And finally, it didn't all click for me until you hit the plan.
Well, that's what it's all about. That's what all of PBU is honestly just is all based around that class, that trading plan class. This baby steps first. You gotta figure out how the emotions work and how the trading tools you can use for your plan, and FinViz, investing.com, all the stuff that we go over in Pennybois is very essential. A trading plan without knowing all that stuff isn't going to really help anybody.
That's when I really woke up. But once we graduated, up until 3 or 4 classes after the plan was made, and I was able to tweak it a little bit as, you were teaching, we ended up tweaking your plan. There was things in my plan that I needed to tweak, and I tweaked them. And all of a sudden, I started making profit. And then from January until February, I was making leaps and bounds. I mean, it was just like I could throw money against the wall. It was like the next day, and it had grown. And it was great. I mean, then I got into another one of those fear factors when the market started going down, and I was like, no, I don't want to sell it. It was a good play. They said it was a good play. But I didn't want to buy down because everybody was saying go to cash, and I didn't want to buy down. But then I learned and was able to talk to Lee. He came in and asked me how I was doing, and I told him. He said, I want to talk to you. So Lee and I talked and kind of filled in some spots and made me realize that I needed to make some more adjustments to my plan and to not sit there and just, bag hold. And that's what I was doing at that time, just not wanting to let go of something and getting back in later. Emotions were just tearing me apart. So even though we had discussed emotions in PBU, those emotions can come back at any time. I'm starting to grow again. I lost all the profits I had made, and from the time I started trading till that happened, I lost all of that, every bit of profit, because you guys had trained me enough. I didn't lose beyond that. I mean, I was down $1,000 from my initial deposits, but I had been down a lot more than that when I was trying to do it on my own before PBU. And I'm closing in on the gap. Probably in the next month, I'll be back into profit.
So you've graduated Pennybois University. You're an alumni. Speaking of learning, what are you excited to learn next? Because everyone we're always learning, especially in the stock market. So what are you excited to learn next? What's on your agenda?
After PBU was how to really read charts. We went over some chart reading in PBU, but not the really advanced stuff, and like Fibonacci and things of that nature. And right now I watched some videos from you, and I started studying Fibonacci to see exactly what Lee, Mr. Lock Stock Profit, we're always talking about Fibonacci this and Fibonacci that. So the advanced classes that you did with the extra styles and stuff inside of charts really helped me start looking at the charts more. And it wasn't until I got into chart reading that I figured out one of my problems with my trading plan, Winch or Mr. Lock Stock Profit or James would say the buy-in is at $1. You want to be at $1 or below. I would go in, it's at $1, I'd buy. I wouldn't look at the chart. I wouldn't do my studying of it to see what was going on. And then I would look at it and just buy in because they said buy it at less than $1. I started seeing things, and I would go, now when I go in, I don't just buy. If they say buy at $1 or less, I don't buy at $1 or less. I go in, I look at the chart, and if I see that the chart is not doing what it's supposed to be, and it looks like it may go down, I won't buy at $1. I'll wait until it either goes down, it's a favorable chart reading where I'm like, okay, I'll buy now.
So you're doing your own due diligence, using some of the things that you learned, hoping using the things you learned from Pennybois University, or even just learning on your own or whatever it may be. It is very important to learn, right, when it comes to stocks.
I mean, it's amazing some of the new guys that's come out of PBU. Between what is going on with you teaching the class, what knowledge is coming into this, I keep being amazed because you get to know people like that and you listen to them and you see what they're saying. It's really great to see that everybody is learning from each other as well. Most of us aren't afraid to help the new people. You know, if somebody has a question, somebody usually jumps in now and just helps them with what they can.
Well, I appreciate you taking your time out and and talking to myself and talking to the traders and talking to maybe the potential traders out there watching this stream and this this Facebook Live, or even the recorded video of it. All these people who are watching it right now are maybe some of them might be just getting into trading, might be brand new traders. What would you, if you could, you had a time machine, like what would you tell yourself as a trader though? You can go back in time.
Now, if I could go back in time, if you do this alone, you're just out there for failure. I wouldn't start putting money out, or at least a lot of it. If I don't have my money in it, then it's not real. And until you put $1 to a stock and that stock fails and you lose your $1, you're not going to realize that there's more to it than just putting your money out there and the stock is going to grow, because they don't. They go up and down. If I had to do it again, my thing would be to find Pennybois quicker, because there's nothing else. I mean, I've been in a lot of different Discord groups. I've looked on the internet. I've looked in Facebook and all that, and nobody cares about other people as much as the Pennybois group. They're my family. You guys are my second family now, and getting the knowledge that I have now, it's like night and day. I got a lot yet to learn, but at least I have everybody backing me now, and if I got questions, I can ask it. I see a lot of these guys who come in and they expect to make $500 a week. I come in and I don't expect to make $1. My goal is to make at least 0.5% a day if possible, or at least be green. Yesterday I had a green day. Today I had a red day. They wiped each other out. The day before was green. The day before that was red, but it didn't wipe out my green day. So I'm still growing, but you're going to have the ups and downs, especially in this market.
It's all about the wins outweighing the losses, right?
You got to try to win more than you lose. That's all you can do.
So, speaking of screens, what have you been watching any television or movies lately? I know they're maybe not in the theaters recently, but I guess like Netflix or any of that kind of good stuff.
Right. Well, we have a subscription to Netflix. Seems like everybody you talk to has a subscription to Netflix or Disney Plus or
yep.
or what have you. We have TV options, but it's not like back in the old days when Dennis the Menace was on and you had to wait a whole week before you could watch the show. Now you can just the anticipation. Oh, it's Tuesday night, I get to watch Dennis the Menace. Nowadays you just go to Netflix and you binge watch.
Pretty much.
Or you go to Roku channel and binge watch, or you go to Disney and binge watch. And really, I've never, if I had to pick an all-time favorite TV show, I don't have one.
Oh.
I like what I like to watch, and I watch it. It was Leave It to Beaver. I can remember that when I was a kid.
Okay.
I mean, if I had to go back and pick something from my kid time, it was probably Batman. I couldn't wait to get home from school to watch Batman every day,
That's a good one. Okay. Have you watched any of the new Batmans?
All of them.
All of them?
I've watched every Batman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What about that? I haven't watched it, but I heard they came out with. Oh, I know they had the Justice League with Batman in it, but like.
Yep.
They came out with this the Snyder cut or whatever it's called, like where it's like I guess like the uncut version, or like the it's like a 6 hour. I could be wrong about the amount. I was like it's like 5 or 6 hours. It's like the full Justice League, like without any of the cuts that they got rid of it. I think they call it the Snyder cut or something like that. I've only watched clips of it, but apparently it's like a long Justice League movie.
Yeah, I think that's, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't watched it. I haven't seen that one in particular to watch from beginning to end, but from what I understand, it's just they tied everything together and there you have it.
Right.
And they did all of them, back to back to back is all it is. I said I have watched all of the Justice.
Oh, you have?
3 of them.
Okay.
Watched all of Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Or she's no, full-time Wonder Woman.
Full time.
I even watched, the original Wonder Woman series every week.
Oh, gotcha.
Back when $6 Million Man was part of the thing there, I mean, I'm an action movie type guy. I've watched every one of the Marvels.
Oh, nice. Even the new stuff, like the Winter Soldier and all that.
Winter Soldier, I'm all the way up on that one. I'm all the way up. I watched all of the Vision and his wife living through the thing. I've already watched all that. WandaVision, that's it.
That was great.
Watched all that.
I think it was Loki's the new one coming out soon.
Loki's coming out. I can't wait for that to hit. I'm going to be watching that every week. Big Shots, that's another one I just finished watching, the basketball one.
Oh.
Yep, I've watched all those, and they're coming out weekly. This sucks. I gotta wait every week to see it.
Yeah, we're spoiled now.
No, I want to binge watch it all.
Right?
Put it out there. But they're doing that with a lot of them.
Yeah, recently they have been, I feel like, right?
The new Marvel one that they had with... No, not the WandaVision one.
Oh, Winter Soldier, yeah.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that was...
Winter Soldier was that way. And then it was so short, it was like, what, 6, 8 episodes?
Like 6
episodes,
like I know, I was so disappointed.
I was like, okay, what's the next one?
Right?
There is no more. But, and then they killed the one girl off. I was like... No, they're going to bring her back in the next episode.
No one's ever dead in Marvel or DC.
No, they never are. No. Oh, she quit breathing. No, she didn't. You just gave her a shot of something that's going to bring her back in the next episode. And
there's always some kind of medicine or a clone or some kind of bath they can put them in to make them
or a bug bites them.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of this, the into the Spider-Verse, everyone keeps saying that it's going to have Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in it. Do you think that's going to happen?
Oh, that's right, the new Spider-Man.
Yeah, with I think
Tobey Maguire it just popped in my head, and when you said Spider-Man, I'm like, wait a minute, he's talking about Spider-Man. I heard something about it, but I didn't pay any attention. I mean, yes, they're going to come out with a new Spider-Man thing, but all the big players for Marvel, all their contracts ended. So that's why all these offshoots are coming out right now, is because those people are still under contract, and we're going to get our money out of you.
Right.
Wanda, you're going to be a sitcom from now on.
Literally.
Literally, yeah. And
that's funny.
And that's what they did. That's what Disney did with Mandalorian.
Yeah.
It sucked too that they didn't come out until every week, and you get a new Mandalorian.
That was hard.
You get to binge watch season 1, season 2. What do you mean? It's only the second episode. Where's the third one? And then next week you go in and it's popped up there, and you go, wait a minute, that wasn't there last time. So
crazy how much Disney has grown, now with Star Wars and Marvel, and even their theme parks now with this new thing I keep seeing on TikTok. I forget what it's called. It's the Marvel Avengers headquarters or something like that. This new I think it's in Disney, but it looks pretty neat. I'm not gonna lie. They've impressed me, Disney.
Well, Disney, Walt Disney had the vision way back when I was a kid. You weren't around when Walt sat down at the beginning of every show and talked to you.
I wasn't around, but I have watched one or I think two maybe where that's actually happened. Now that you mentioned that, I want to say Fantasia had that happen, and
it was all right there, and you could tell this guy was going to go big. I mean, you could tell it. But then once it incorporated, and Walt died, and I actually think Walt stifled it a little bit because he knew it was going too fast, and he slowed it down so that the money would still be there to go. Sometimes I worry if Disney's gonna, it's kind of like Kmart, Walt and Walmart together, all of a sudden Walmart came around and Kmart was no longer the big shot for, shopping. And then all of a sudden Kmart started putting groceries in their stores trying to compete with Walmart, and they just lost it, because they kept pouring more and more money into something instead of just concentrating on what they did best. Disney was that way. He knew that you had to build slow, and not just because Warner Brothers did this, we got to get that technology now. Let's go buy it. That technology is old now. We have to come up with something better than that. And that's what he would do. He would overdo what the last person did. Those little bits of tidbits you get from shows and stuff from Walt Disney, and then at the ends and stuff, you could tell why Disney's where it is today. They bought Star Wars too, you know. Everybody thought, oh, Disney's gonna kill it. Can't destroy our kids, our childhoods, don't do it. And then they came out with all this new stuff, and there's some of it I think they overreached on. But, you know, as far as new technology and stuff in their shows, it kind of still builds on the Star Wars. And just like Marvel, how they're taking all those doors. Where did Han Solo come from? Where did Jabba the Hutt come from?
Yeah, there's an endless supply. Like even like Game of Thrones, like all those shows, whenever they end, it's like, all right, when are they coming to come up with like a prequel or something?
Mandalorian.
yeah.
And they always hunted.
Yeah. yeah. There's always
trying to kill Luke Skywalker.
Some kind of spin-off.
Yeah. You can tell that's the type of movies I watch.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, no, Marvel and DC are definitely up there for me.
I appreciate you coming on here. I appreciate you taking your time out and, you know, speaking to all of us and, you know, giving some of these stock traders and just people in general just a little insight, you know, on your journey, you know, through stock trading. And I will definitely see you. I'll see you soon. I'll see you in the chat. Hopefully I'll see you in the next couple classes and next advanced classes. But, you know, like I say to everybody, until then, I hope that you make some bread.
Thank you for joining us in Stocks and Screens. We'll see you next week, same time, same place.